What? Fuck. Okay.
It's time for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
How dare you!
Hello, it's time for trigger warning. We've lost Graham. Hold on.
What?
Shh. We've got a problem. Just hold on. Where have you gone?
Can they hear me at least?
Where have you gone? Yeah, but where's your window gone?
I don't know. You captured another window by the looks of it,
Yeah, but I shouldn't be.
Mr. Hewitt.
Oh, Graham, what's happened?
I don't know. Why don't you just use preview?
Shut up. I'm
Use the
using
preview
I'm
screen.
using the preview, Belen. Just give us a second. Why is this vanished? You've just vanished. Completely vanished. You're not even showing up in the obs list. This is your doing. Oh,
But I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
yeah, that's because you're coming through my computer, not through obs. Oh, just hang up on him like that. There we go. Let's fix this now. Hello. This is just being terrible. Oh, it's not even showing up in the list.
Well,
Hangouts.
edit what is there. Click on properties for it, and then just re-pick the window.
Hold on. I've just replaced you with a screen cap for now. Sorry, everybody. This was working fine an hour ago. God, blimey. Oh, this is just not even right, is it? This is just stupid. This is just stupid. Where's the Chrome window gone?
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing.
I've not done anything. The Chrome window has just vanished. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that. Add a source. Oh my God, it's so annoying. I love doing this live on air. It's brilliant. It's my favourite thing.
It's degrading. That's what it is.
Not for me. I'm used to it. It's trigger warning. It's just trigger warning. It's just, you know.
Well, yeah, it'll be an easy edit, won't it? Just, hey! It'll just be me coming on, going, literally my video coming on, and then it going, hey! It'd be like when people used to guest on Game Face, having only listened to the podcast, and all they'd heard is like the heavily edited, equalized thing.
I've got you back now.
Chaos.
I've got you back now.
Oh, sweet.
I've just, it's just sorted. It's just sorted. So what I'm going to do now is turn off Graham. There we go. You're back. We're sorted.
I'm Gabby Nosy. Right, I don't feel like talking.
I'm off now.
All that.
I'm off now. That was just shit. I didn't enjoy that at all.
It's put me right off. I'm back to a little hanging nose now. Little.
Now they're saying you've got no voice. Right. No, there you go. It's working. I can hear you. Oh, hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. I'm Hayden Hewitt and I'm joined, as ever, by Graham. I got schooled last week, Booth.
Oh, fuck you with your fucking lies, bullshit lies, nonsense.
Dude, if they took all the guns out of the Lake District, crime wouldn't go up. You're full of shit.
Oh,
Live
for
with
fuck's sake! Don't you? No, I'm not falling for that bait.
You got fucking owned.
Don't give me that fucking bullshit.
You got owned. End it. Just take the L.
Oh yeah, take the L, take the L. That's why.
Take the
That's
L.
why you and your little mate had to like collude together to remove the start that framed the whole thing and made you look like an idiot. No, I'm not
Keep
doing it,
fucking whining, Booth.
Not doing it.
You're
Not
just
doing
such a sore fucking loser. It's
Ridiculous.
disgraceful. It's
Oh,
fucking
hey, look at that!
disgraceful.
Look at that! She's getting good at painting. Look at that.
She is.
I've got some thick card. It's like 160 GSM or something. It's for a printer, but it's card, and it's just the right balance I found for like, you know, she can just paint on it and it doesn't go everywhere. It's made me dead happy. Because I need to buy in bulk, but it can't be too good because, you know, she just.
You've got this weird thing about buying everything in bulk.
It's called being a dad, man. It's the only thing that gets me up these days.
I'm a dad. I don't buy everything in bulk.
You gotta buy in bulk, man. She does like 3 or 4 drawings or paintings a night at least. If I don't buy in bulk, I just get angry. She's doing it on cardboard boxes and all sorts of nonsense. It winds me right up.
Well, that's good. I like it when you get wound up. I enjoy that.
No, it's
Do you know what? Before we go on,
what?
Let's tell everyone what's happening with Trigger Warning.
Okay.
Let's tell you guys what's going on. Thanks to your unending generosity and huge help from Mark Bayersky and Mr. Richie Allen, we're definitely going to be back. Okay, 100% going to be back. We're just waiting for some more kit to show up soon. But here's the camera.
Yes.
There we go. That's a C100 Mark II with the 18135 lens. That's going to be the main A camera for the studio. We've got 2 B cameras, so I guess that's B and C cameras. They're not like this one, but they are there. So there'll be at least, you know, 1 camera on the desk. We might use another B camera. We've been talking about this today. We're waiting for capture cards, software, and some connectors to turn up. I'm not sure when they will turn up, but as soon as they do, we're back in. Now, we're going to go to the studio this Thursday to start getting set up and how we break down and take all the equipment out of the studio each time we use it. We're still going to have to make some compromises. Like I'm taking my PC in every week until we can build one that's capable of doing what we want to do.
No more VR porn on a Thursday night for you, Aidan.
Oh, it's coming home with me. Don't worry about that.
It'll come on, but you won't want to set it up again when you get back.
Oh, you don't know how much I
You'll
love the
have to go
VR
old
porn
school.
when they come in to kiss the camera and it's like being eaten by a giant.
Can you not just do one screen with your phone, eh? Everyone else can. You're fucking spoiled. That's what it is.
I'm better than you, dude. I might bring the VR in. Maybe not this Thursday, but once we're set up and we know what we're doing.
Because it'll be there. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really good.
So we're also, you know, there's still stuff we've got to get, but we're working around it. We're doing it, I mean, because you guys have been enormously generous so far. But I know people are still donating. Anything that goes in only gets spent on the studio and TW. That's all. And, you know, each time we get something, we got the camera, new tripod plates to replace the ones that were stolen for one of the tripods. I've got to special order one. Of course, big ass batteries just in case. But also, we're going to be doing some very different stuff for TW as well, because it's not enough that we just get back and do what we did. We owe you guys a lot. Now, we owe you a lot, and we've been talking around some very, very fun ideas of things that we're going to do. Because, like I say, we feel genuinely not beholden, but that we do owe you to give you the full TW experience from here on in.
Yeah, we thought of a good way to do a meetup as well, didn't we? We need some volunteers at some point for our you're wrong segment. Because the more people we get, the more the closer to the centre of Manchester we can be. You know what I mean? If there's 10 of us, we can set up in Piccadilly Gardens.
Basically, we can talk with the people. There's only a few, was it? Graham had the idea because he likes watching Stephen Crowder.
Yeah, that changed my mind thing.
And he said, yeah, can we do something like Change My Mind? So I thought, well, I don't know how that's going to work. Because obviously you can't change my mind because I'm right.
There's no point going out for healthy debate. That's not what we're leaving the studio for.
So I think it's going to be more a case of like, you know, we haven't got a snappy name for it, but more not so much change your mind as accept that you're wrong. let me tell you why you're wrong about anything.
Anything. Sit down. Whatever it is you say, we're going to explain to you exactly why you're wrong.
100%. No matter what it is, whether I agree with you, disagree with you, or anything, I'll tell you exactly why you're fucking wrong. More out and about stuff. We just want to do a lot more with TW this year. I'm sure young Alex, I'm sure he is on. I'm sure he won't be that drunk just yet. He'll probably pop the link up for the GoFundMe at some point. It's going to remain open, not indefinitely, not forever.
It is there in the description, though. If at any point you want to use it, it's right there. If you want to chuck us a $5 or something.
And yeah, we just want to make sure we can do a lot more TW, a lot more good stuff.
Yeah. I love the idea though. Like, we could film for an hour and a half, yeah, just telling people they're wrong. You know, we've already got the trestle tables. We can get a little thing that says trigger warning on the front of it, and but if anything, it'll just be a good sideways excuse to get triggerists down.
Yeah, and not only that, let's be fair, I have a way with people.
Well, that'll be it.
I engage with people very well. I'm very tolerant of differing ideas, and I'm very understanding. And you know, I think it's a good idea. I think it's good that I could share my compassion with more people. Smoke Steve keeps asking what happened last Thursday. I happened last Thursday. I had 2 nights of getting around 2 hours sleep. I was a fucking wreck. So, yeah, I happened last Thursday. My apologies. That was entirely down to me.
I know. When you cancelled, I put Ford versus Ferrari on, and it was great. Oh, yes. This is what I call... It was so fucking good. I loved it.
I've not watched that yet. Everyone's asking what that thing is on your face.
It's the spot. If you remember last Tuesday, it was a big spot, but now it's like it's kind of like I did the thing where you do that after your bath. Whoa! So it bled a little bit, and now it's just like an open, well, not open, but you know, it's the red thing where a spot used to be.
Have you not thought about maybe going and getting, you know, a biopsy or something?
Well, no, it's just a
could be a tumor.
Could be a tumor. It's a spot that I get.
You'd say it could be a tumor.
I never used to get them right. But
AIDS.
She comes in after school.
It looks like those sores you get from the AIDS. It does look like the sores you get from the AIDS.
No, it doesn't.
You might have the AIDS. You might have the AIDS.
I might do.
Have you been tired?
Yeah, I've been
you've been tired. It's the AIDS. I've upset some of Crip Daddy's followers on Twitter.
I saw that. I tried to jump in, but nobody took the bait.
No, I told him about his Latino privilege. Yeah. And how he doesn't understand my struggle. And then people jump on like, oh, shut up, blue check.
I know, yeah.
Just jealous of my blue tick privilege, motherfuckers. And they can't understand why I don't take it seriously. And then some fucking neckbeard. Ginger neckbeard. I would never have interacted with that person had I known. He had a ginger Amish style neckbeard.
Oh, really?
You can't talk to people like that. That is how you get the Chinese dog cough. Talking to people like that. You mustn't speak to those people. They have no soul. And yet he tricked me because I don't look at people's profiles because I'm just not that fucking interested.
No.
But I do enjoy winding up his followers. For some reason, they take what I say very, very, very seriously.
Well, I think there's a really healthy mix with Crip Daddy. By the way, there's an interview. We interviewed him, and you should go check that out. But
we did.
There's a really healthy mix of people who love him for his comedy and his sense of humor and all the rest of it, and then like people who just fall for his nonsense.
Yeah, whereas all my followers just hate me. You know, he gets all these people white knighting for him. If someone comes on my account and goes, "See you, you're a horrible fucking prick, you are," my followers go, "No, yeah, fair enough." And the worst part is I have to sit there going, "Yeah." My favourite though is the blue tick anger.
Yeah.
As if it means anything. One guy got annoyed. He's like, "You got 3,000 followers in a blue tick." It's like, dude, you're going to shit yourself when you find out I got it when I had about 400. You know, it doesn't make you important. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that's who you are.
Yeah,
Any importance is you attaching it.
some random fucker on Twitter must have just known you, and like, I think you did have quite a few copycats, didn't you? So that might be it. I don't know though. I really don't know.
I got one, they didn't. Tough shit. I'm in the blue tick club.
I guess that confirms that you are left leaning then, because there's been some quite famous right leaning people.
Donald Trump's got a blue tick.
Yeah, yeah. That's because Twitter would be bankrupt without Donald Trump. I don't follow him, and I see his tweets every time I log on.
And me, they'd be fucked without me.
Well, you're morally bankrupt.
I add a lot of value to that platform.
I got, yeah, dude. Right,
My account is just one big shit post.
I don't want to hammer on about the Oscars, right? I don't want to get into the whole thing about it, but there was things.
I do.
Did you see James Corden and some comedian Rebel Wilson came out dressed as cats? And they were in that Cats movie that flopped really hard. And they were given the award for best visual effects. And it was like a piss take, wasn't it? That they were dressed as cats. And it was like them laughing at how big a flop it was and all the rest of it. Well, some guy who called Yves McRae apparently worked 80-hour weeks on that film. And he was laid off because the studio closed because the film failed so badly, and he's taken it really badly. He's been on Twitter just crying and moaning like, "How dare you make this joke?" kind of thing, you know, just like "How dare you mock Cats? How dare I work so hard on it?" It's like, yeah, but they were in Cats, they were in the movie.
He got paid for it. He got paid for it. Fuck it.
And you know
what was the thing at the Oscars? What was Joaquin Phoenix? It's about coming in cows and stealing the baby's milk or something. I'm not gonna lie, I might not have been listening too closely, but why is he fucking cows and stealing milk from babies or some shit?
Oh, he's been drinking from the Peter juice a little bit too much, hasn't he? And none of it was unreasonable. It's just the way they put it. He's a weird one, isn't he? I mean, they all are. There's a thing about Hollywood, and there's a theory that, you know, because you get snapped up at such a young age, where you stop facing any real hardship, you just never grow up. You never become an adult. You know, you're just completely arrested at that point. And with him and his brother River,
but why didn't this used to happen in the old days?
Well, they were
Burt Reynolds, manly
they were controlled
man.
more.
Manly man. Hairy.
They did it a bit.
Hairy, manly man, Burt Reynolds. Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, Robert Mitchum, Lee Marvin, real men that drank a lot and died of the cancer.
Yeah.
Proper men died of the coughing cancer. The proper things. What's happened to the... I was sat talking to Mrs. Hewitt, as I occasionally do, and there was this thing I read. I don't understand this. It was makeup for men.
Oh yeah, that's really common now.
And I was like, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. I mean, I was a makeup artist when I was younger, but I used to make people into zombies, not... You know, so I was like, I don't understand. And then we spoke about male grooming, and she's like, what's happened to blokes? Now, my wife's 47 as well, so, you know, people will say, what do you know, boomer? But do women, I don't know, there probably aren't a huge amount of young women watching our show, to be honest with you. But it's like, well, women really want these androgynous, hairless men that cry a lot. Is that what women want now? I don't... Is it really what they want? Or do they just have a dalliance with that and then go marry a bloke?
I think some of them get convinced into thinking that's what they want, you know, just through sort of social conditioning and all the rest of it. And then, you know, a couple of years on Tinder and they're just like, oh, fuck this. Hey, did you hear about the mattress girl? Do you remember the girl who apparently got raped and was walking around a university with a mattress until Rolling Stone wrote it up as how brave she was for standing up against the guy? And I can't remember, but I think he got expelled. And then but then it all came out. It was all false. She made the whole thing up. But yeah, Tinder literally did that to her. After a while, she's fit, but she wasn't getting laid because she was woke. And apparently now she's into Jordan Peterson and all the rest of it, and she's loving life, getting the tea.
I mean, because a real bloke, he doesn't treat you like shit. He don't cheat on you. He's a man.
Yeah, of course. Man.
And so, why are they suddenly unfashionable? Why would you want to be with someone, a bloke, that takes hours to get ready? You wash your ass, wash your armpits, away you fucking go. Spend half an hour shaving your backside and crack. What the fuck's that all about?
Oh. No, I did that the other day. I told you, didn't I? I was because I was feeling it was after the robbery. I was feeling a bit glum, and it wasn't to go out, go dancing or anything like that. But yeah, because I've got
Dancing
like
about voguing?
no, I've got my beard trimmer, and these days I tend to do the top as well. Go all the way around. And they had a bit more juice left in it, so I ended up doing my balls. I was like, oh, that feels quite good actually. And then I did my perineum, which was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Bernie it was.
Well,
for
as
a
you
long
can
time.
tell, I invest a great deal of time into male grooming, and like I said, I don't understand. I was once accused of fixing my eyebrows. Seriously, and I said, well, I do occasionally use scissors on my. You get the mad old man eyebrow that grows out.
Yeah.
I do like to get rid of those, but I'm not sure if that really it is classified as male grooming as opposed to just not wanting to terrify people with old scary old man eyebrows. And I genuinely, I'm at a loss. I mean, be clean, don't smell bad. There you go. What more do you need? What more is necessary for a man? Moisturizing. You don't moisturize. Get wrinkly. Why are people frightened of growing old now? It's a way of showing the world you're not dead.
Well, I was looking forward to it because I was quite baby-faced all my life. So, people sort of spoke down to me like I was a child. But nothing's changed now. I hang about with you, and nothing's changed in that respect.
I was born old.
It doesn't matter how old I get. You're always going to talk to me like I've just left school.
I talk to everybody like that.
I know.
Just as a matter of course. I find it easier to assume everybody's really fucking stupid, and then occasionally I'm surprised.
Yeah, just like, well done.
Well done. You're not completely stupid. I approve.
Hey, speaking of not washing, man, have you seen this? I'm starting to get worried about the coronavirus, these supposed hospitals. These hospitals that and like the fucking leftist media were just like, see, look at China building a hospital in 10 days. And it's like, if you actually looked at these places, man, they're either like open rooms with loads of beds in it, with no washing facilities, no proper toilets.
It's
nothing.
not a place for people to get better.
No. But then the other ones, the ones that people are being dragged from their homes and taken to, bars on every single window. They're just prisons with a crematorium at the one end.
You know how all of a sudden we're suddenly being told, maybe we should be a little bit concerned after being told we shouldn't, because a friend of mine is married to a Chinese girl. They've got a child. He's British citizen. They live here now. She came back very recently, and she's kept herself at home for a couple of weeks to make sure. Apparently, even the Chinese government have been telling people it's in the hundreds of thousands infected, but it's edging in that direction, and there's been a lot more deaths than we're being told about in our Western media. And what concerns me now is not who made it, where it came from, all the conspiracy bullshit. If the Chinese media are being more open about the amount of people this is killing, it's not just the elderly, because people say, well, the flu kills more people. Yes, it does. The elderly, the infirm, the very young. This shit's killing healthy people. Doctors. People are dropping dead in the fucking streets. Now, a lot of people are going, it's a conspiracy. Doesn't matter what you think or what wild ideas you've got about what caused it or where it came from. People are fucking dying.
Yeah, and this wouldn't be the first time that there's been mass deaths in China that the Chinese government has kept quiet. Only this time we're getting like the odd leaked phone video from inside these hellholes. It's fucking terrifying, man. I was really chill about it up until a couple of days ago, where it's been said now by certain doctors and all that it could have an incubation period of up to 24 days, which is just fucking terrifying.
It's chewing the lungs out of people in China.
Yeah.
They're dying.
I'm getting.
People are getting
actually.
better here. That super spreader, he's got better.
Well, good for him.
But it's killing a lot of people.
It's quite interesting as well that they've been keeping it quiet, but obviously my partner works for the NHS. They're on a sort of high alert at the moment. Our doctors texted us basically to say, stay away. We don't want you here. The GP just sent us a text automatically just saying, don't come here. And some private schools have been closing, which is something that hasn't been talked about again very much. And I'm just
A
thinking,
public,
okay.
a state school is closing for one day. Now, I'm not the cleverest man on earth, but what does one day do?
Don't know. Well, apparently it can survive for 4 or 5 days outside of the human body as well. So one day, I mean, unless they clean every single surface imaginable, which is possible, kids still going to bring it back in again, though.
What I like is now they're making the vaccine, as Rick Kerr's just pointed out. The conspiracy guys are going to go wild. Saying, this is just to get you to take that vaccine that's full of New World Order drugs.
I mean,
Don't have it then.
A vaccine could take up to a year, though. And the issue at the moment is, there's been a lot of deaths, but, this isn't exactly a huge thing. It's just how much of it was covered up for how long. And then with an incubation period of up to 24 days, it could be fucking everywhere.
Yeah. And like I say, when the Chinese government are being more open than the Western media, it's time to be concerned. I don't think panic.
No.
But certainly be concerned. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
To be concerned.
I'm trying my best to keep an eye on it, and honestly, I'm not going to wait for anyone's permission. If it starts popping up in Manchester, my little girl will be home for a couple of weeks, I reckon.
Oh, when it starts popping up in Manchester, I'm barricading the doors and eating my neighbours.
Yeah, we can just stream. We can just stream like this.
That's it. Just while I'm eating one of my neighbours' legs.
Just trying to sneak off, but you don't realise you're still in frame.
I know. I'm ready for this zombie hologram. I'm telling you, that's what's happening next. The next one is there'll be outbreaks of random violence, and then grainy footage shot on a potato of the dead returning to life. That's how it starts. Yeah. That's how it starts, dude. Max Brooks.
It's all because of Brexit.
Z, he got it right.
It's all because of Brexit.
No, it's Brexit that will save us.
Yeah, I know.
When we build the wall.
Yeah. NPC has just said the 24-day incubation period, and there's talk of it not giving out. But you can not have symptoms and still pass it. These are the worrying things about it anyway. I know flu kills a lot of people and all that, but there are certain data points associated with this that are quite worrying. Very, very worrying. Super spreaders.
I do know that as soon as I get it, I'm going to all the shopping centres, the supermarkets. I'm not going alone. I'm taking every fucker with me.
Ooh, you don't, that's how you know something's wrong, because you never go to those places.
Yeah.
Fucking Hayden in the Arndale.
Why is Hayden licking his fingers and then rubbing people's eyes?
Just walking along like that.
Because obviously I can't actually lick people's eyes, so you got to be civilised about it. Just hold the back of the head and rub your sputum into their eyeballs. Yeah, I'm not going down alone. No chance. No chance. Be my luck I did all that, I'd live.
I've had this sore throat since mid-December. Maybe I'm a super spreader. Maybe I'm a super spreader. It's all the Chinese dudes I suck off. You would have thought I'd be concerned about that before this point. Hey, oh, dude! You mentioned the EU. Have you seen that thing about? Wait, I've got it written down. The bank N26 UK. Did you see their dramatic announcement today?
No.
They've said, this is a tweet, by the way. That's all they bothered with. But yeah, with the UK having left the EU, we will, in due course, be unable to operate in the UK with our EU banking license. Well, yeah.
Great. Who are they?
I know who I am. I've never heard of you before today. Literally, no one had heard of this. Right? So, which I suspect is the real reason they've sent this tweet. So we will be leaving the UK and closing all accounts. We've made careful plans to support customers, and we are sorry to have to leave. Now, the thing about N26 UK, yeah, it's very, very sad, and they're going on about they've lost the financial passport or whatever it's called. I can't remember now, but
balls.
They only launched in 2017, so they launched after the vote.
Fucking idiots.
So this isn't some like ancient institution that's like, well, and the thing is though, we're still currently right at this exact moment and until the end of the year. Right. We're still in all the same rules.
What's the name of this fucking bank on Twitter?
N26 UK at N26 UK.
There they are. With the UK having left the EU.
Yeah, that's the one.
Good Hang on. Fuck off. Never heard of you. Bye. There
It's
we
fucking
go.
ridiculous. I mean,
That should help.
it's propaganda, right? Because what it is like if you've got a
Sorry, dude.
What?
Other banks are replying.
yeah, Monzo and TransferWise going, sorry, bro, if you need a shoulder to cry on, it's like the fuck. They're just advertising.
It appears
themselves,
that
aren't
I'm the only person that said good fuck off.
they? Yeah, they're obviously failing. They're obviously being defeated. But oh, there we go. I've just seen your tweet.
There we are.
Right there. They're obviously failing because Monzo's doing really, really well at the moment. And this thing about fucking the passport thing is bullshit. Because all they'd have to do is set up somewhere in the EU, like a subsidiary. It doesn't even, which they've already got, by the way. They already exist. So there's no. This is just a fucking lie. It's like every bad business in the UK at the moment is just going. Well, it wasn't us. It was the Brexit, wasn't it? The evil Brexit that hasn't even fucking happened yet.
Fuck those people.
Madness.
I'll call them
250,000 accounts, apparently.
No forward planning. No forward planning, you see. Not like us, Graham.
If you can't survive something that hasn't even happened yet, they're closing the accounts on the 15th of April. If you can't survive it, then good. You wouldn't.
Oh, fuck.
Brexit or not, you were never going to survive.
I'd never heard of that fucking bank anyway. Monzo are pricks as well, so...
Yeah, well, it's the European banking license.
When Monzo was shutting down bank accounts and people were getting in touch going, why have you suspended the account? Luckily, I have an account with them. I've never put more than £5 in it. But I just opened one because I thought I should have one of these trendy new bank accounts. Their customer relations people were replying with, well, here's your nearest food bank. It's like, fuck you prick. That you've got their money. Don't send to a food bank just because you're so fucking paranoid of getting a fine for your poor business practices, meeting money laundering laws, that you're screwing ordinary people. Monzo fuck people hard. Fuck Monzo. You know, banks are arseholes. Banks are arseholes at the best of times. They shit the bed when this legislation came in. And, you know, it's one thing, if there is suspicious activity, you can freeze it, investigate it, release it. They take months. There was a 90-year-old woman who had her account frozen for about a year. What fucking money laundering was she up to? Pension in, money out. Something triggered. Nobody wants to investigate. They hand it off.
It's funny that, isn't it? Because the amount of pensioners who are being financially abused, you know, by cleaners or staff or arsehole kids that want to drift in and drain them, or even these phone scammers that I've been like obsessed with at the moment. You know, thousands and thousands every single day going that way, and they're just fucking over other people. Though, it's funny. It's funny. Funny old world.
Fuck this N45 bank and fuck Monzo.
Well, apparently your deposits will continue to be protected under the German deposit guarantees scheme.
Well, that's no good. What about the English? What about English, motherfucker? We've had a Brexit.
Bless him. It's just a fucking German company. Spitting the dummy, innit? Well, we're not going to be there anymore. We don't
Wait, are
want
they Germans?
money.
Are they I need to put 2 world wars and 1 World Cup. Well, I'll find it again after. I'll leave that for them.
I was on the actual statement they released. Speaking of that, though, government, dude, I'm really, really angry about this. This Jamaica 50 thing. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I'm really, really frustrated. I spent about an hour today trying to actually catch up and read and find out what it was that was going on, because people were going mental on Twitter about Rolf Harris not being deported, like really fucking mental. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, he's Australian. So I just Googled Rolf Harris, British citizen, and it just was like, essentially, yes, he's a British citizen. I was like, okay, cool.
Is he still in prison?
No, I think he's been released now. Yeah, I think he in fact, the only thing I could get out of this Jamaica 50 thing today was recent facts about Rolf Harris. Apparently, he was seen near a school and it caused a bit of a fuss.
Thing is, though, this law,
yeah,
where we're deporting people that have committed serious crime who aren't British nationals,
yes,
was put in place. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 2007 by the Labour government?
Yes, and it from what I've seen, and I get that in terms of the basis, like. It's if you were imprisoned for over a year.
Hmm.
But apparently it's not been enforced very well until Priti Patel, the battle axe herself, came in, and she's been like, "We're gonna
I
fucking
don't
do
see
this."
anything unreasonable about this, though. If someone's committed a serious crime, why do we want them here?
If you've been in
They've
jail,
served their time. I couldn't give a shit. Fuck them off.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. This is what you get into the bit where I got frustrated now, because I opened Twitter, which is how I found out about this, and it was basically all these people like first-time drug offences. So I went and looked at like the government's version of events, and it was like, no, these are like like weapons offences, rapists, and class A dealers, and all that. And you think I, they didn't sound like your mate John that sorts you out with a bit of weed now and
Yeah.
again. It was dealers and stuff. So I'm thinking, I've got these two versions of events, and I just can't find the actual truth.
Here's the
There's
actual
so much
truth.
spin and bullshit.
If you're reading on Twitter that the majority of people were just petty criminals, it's bullshit. And if you're reading the government, it's probably got an element of truth to it. I hate for people to hear that, because I know we're supposed to think everything the government says is bullshit. The law's clear, and also if you're doing more than a year in Nick, why do we want you here anyway? We've got criminals of our own. It's got nothing to do with skin colour or country. We've got our own criminals. We don't need everybody else's. Fuck off and be a criminal somewhere else.
Dude, this racial narrative really, really worries me, because when I did support work, I knew of white people that this happened to. Definitely, they were deported. It was like I knew a guy from Ukraine who was just shitting it. Thankfully, we got it sorted anyway. Yeah, they needed
Happy
me.
Dog.
That's what they needed.
Happy Dog says David Lammy actually said, "When are black lives going to matter again in Britain?" David Lammy is the worst kind of race baiter. He never stops. He never fucking stops. If for 1 minute I thought this was a racist endeavour, I would be here saying it. Regardless of what everyone thinks about being gammon and all that, you know yourself, I'll call out any fucker for anything. If you're a criminal, I don't care what colour you are. If you're a British criminal, you do your time, you go back to society. If you're from abroad, you do your time and you fuck off abroad. The same as I'd expect to happen to me in somebody else's country, and quite rightly so. Why should I continue to be a welcome guest somewhere that I have broken the law? In what world do we defend that? But it's just now we reach this polarisation where everything the Tories do is racist and bad, even if it's something Labour put in place. Therefore, it must be racist and bad. And Smoke Steve, we're not talking about British citizens. We can't deport British citizens. That's against the law. Because you can't deport someone to a country that's not their nationality.
Well, that was one of the things that was being said on Twitter. Like, no, they're not foreign. They're not foreign. They've been here since they were 2. And to me, I'm thinking, well, if they have been here since they were 2, they should be British citizens. There's obviously an issue there. There is an issue there that needs to be looked at. But I can't imagine every single one of them was here since the age of 2.
No, it's just
and
Twitter,
every single one of them made some mistake at 18 that they're now paying for at the age 30. I think maybe 1 or 2 of them might be, and we. But here's my issue with Labour, and here's why I can't get behind Labour at the moment, because for them it's like all 50 are innocent, all 50 are victims of racism, all 50, and it's like no. Get the because there will be some who are just sort of lost in the system. I accept that there'll be some special cases, but we can't deal with it because you're just fucking lying to me. I mean, even if someone has been here since they're 2, they're not necessarily then a British citizen.
No, and let's be honest, you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs.
No. And here was the other thing as well. Apparently, there was some sort of court order to stop a number of them from going, which apparently did happen. But again, this is the fucking problem with the world we live in at the moment. Just getting information on that. Like, all of Twitter was like, the plane's gone, the government has broken the law. All these people, all these journalists who are now inciting hate, inciting violence directly by stating openly that the government has broken the law. That has gone against the court order. But then, deep in the noise and the bullshit, I'm like, well, actually, no. They took maybe 30 of them off the plane. I don't know, because it's so fucking hard.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, they've not everyone left on that plane, did they? Like you
No,
were saying, the ones
most
that
of
the
them got taken
government,
off.
but the ones that the government said, oh, actually, you've not had a fair trial, have been taken off the plane awaiting decision. So it's not like we just bundle them on. Just say Cardini says, let's kick the Brits out of Ireland. Funny Irish news. Not that Ireland's tried to vote the IRA into power. Oh, sorry, Sinn Féin.
Sinn Féin!
It's the fact that now that we've had a Brexit, the EU have, well, mostly Germany, have voted to do away with, the clocks going back. So there's actually going to be a time zone in Ireland. And now, of course, the Irish Remainers are kind of going, we cannot accept a time border. It will cause chaos. I love the fact that on one side of a village it will be 8:30, on the other it will be 9:30.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare.
That's
for EastEnders,
beautiful.
won't it?
That's fucking fantastic.
I think that's a bit. It's a bit weird, isn't it, that the EU would make decisions like that? I mean, I don't. I
I
honestly,
actually support that decision.
there might be good reasons for it, but I don't know why we still put our clocks back and forward. I'm really, really not too sure about it.
It's It's down to being an agricultural society. That's where it comes from.
I get that, but it's like, we do now also live in a world where farmers can just get up earlier or later off their own backs. It's not like, if they want to work to the sun or
Tradition,
whatever,
Graham, does it mean nothing to
good
you?
luck. Well, yeah, but there's a tradition of going, well, it's not 10 o'clock now, it's 11 o'clock instead. No.
Well, I think it's great that we stay in British summertime, but it should be renamed Greenwich Mean Time. I think it should just be actually renamed Real Time. And everyone else. Just to say that Cardini has...
Came from Manchester, that, by the way.
Yeah, Cardini has said Sinn Féin are a fucking sellout Hayden. Two things. Don't fucking care. And number two, what would you like? Would you like a return to the good old days of blowing the arms and legs off people in, like, fucking Warrington and shit like that? I know. Especially if you live in the Republic of Ireland. Why do you care? If the people in the north decide they want independence, I'm sure they will vote accordingly, and good luck to them.
It's probably coming in it. Although it's going to be funny because, if you're going to do it behind Sinn Féin, who are, a left-wing party that support the EU, that oxymoron in itself, because a lot of fucking Labour people hate the EU. That oxymoron of, like, hailing the EU is just going to be a recipe for disaster.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful of the amount of Scottish people that have been cheering along the idea of somehow getting a vote for independence again, despite the fact Boris Johnson's been perfectly clear. And then it's like, every time Junkers or one of the other EU bellends makes post on Twitter, there's always someone there with a Scottish flag going, we'll be back with you soon. It's like, in what planet do you think anyone gives a fuck?
Imagine being such a bitch. Imagine caring so
It's terrible
hard.
what we've done to that country. We've turned them into fucking subservient serfs. And it's disgusting.
They're everything. They're sat there crying to the Braveheart movie going, fucking freedom. And then there's just like, get the EU's cock and just, push it harder, please.
Cardini says, obviously in chat, for those listening or watching after the fact, Happy Dog has informed Cardini that Ireland should join the UK. Cardini has said, happy which country is the UK? Allow me to rephrase on behalf of Happy Dog. Ireland should just join England. I think it should be a county of England. Scotland should be a county of England. Because, if you ask an American, they always say Scotland, England. Yeah, I think it should be, Ireland would be West England. Scotland could be North England. Wales, we could just, change the name of that. I think that's the way to sort it. Do away. Aren't we told that nationalism is a bad thing? We're repeatedly told nationalism is a terrible, terrible thing. So why don't we just turn everything into England? Why don't we just do that? Is that not a sensible solution? We can give up all this petty flag waving and nationalism and just concentrate on being together.
The last time someone was thinking this way, we gave the world trains. Think about that.
Just think what we could give you this time. HS2.
Everything, yeah, bigger train. Well, everyone else has already got the bigger, faster trains, haven't they? Literally everyone else has already done that. I remember when I went to Hong Kong and I nearly shit myself getting in that bastard. It was insane. I was like, this isn't a train. This is like a spacecraft. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? That we did
See,
that.
Dinny's just said do away with Britain and the UK, Kreplin. Absolutely. England.
Yeah, that's what he
Ireland.
just did.
I just told you that. I did
That's
just
exactly
explain
what
that,
he
Carl.
just did.
Don't be an Irish stereotype, Carl. Keep up.
That's
Keep up.
literally exactly what you just said, mate. Exactly. Were you just waiting for a were you
I think it's time for Great England.
just Greater England?
Instead of Great Britain or the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, just Greater England. Do you not think, Carl? Do you not think that's a good idea? Greater England. You wouldn't have to have a leader called the Tosiach or whatever the fuck it is. That weird Gaelic shit that nobody really wants to speak anyway. We'll do away with that, I promise. It will be English everywhere. You can have the pound back and you can call it the punt if you like. None of this Yarrow business. No more saying, I'll have Trey Yarrow. Fucking finished. Done away with. Greater England. I think that's a wonderful idea.
You dodgy accent then. You reminded me of Richie. He's still poorly, isn't he? Bless him.
He is. Do you know what? I spoke to him Monday.
Yeah.
And it was just before he went to the hospital. So I said, well, drop me a text or something so I know you're okay. Because I knew he didn't want to phone because he wanted to get out of hospital and go to bed. But I've not heard from him. So I'll give him a couple of days. I'll probably try and give him a bell, like tomorrow or something. Catch up with him.
I've got the corona. Hi, Hayden. They tried to give me.
It's because he stopped
vaccine.
drinking. It's because he stopped drinking. That's what it is.
Yeah, it could very well be.
He needs to get back on the drink. He's Irish as well. They need a certain level of drink.
But that's true. Alcohol's the one thing. Like a lot of drugs, you can pretty much go cold turkey, but alcohol is really, really dangerous to do that. We with my drinkers sometimes, if they were going to go view a flat or we were going to go see, about some sort of support scheme or whatever, they'd sometimes not drink that morning, and I'd be like, "Go have a fucking can now. What are you doing?" Because your brain actually
Find your level.
Like, even if he wasn't a massive pisshead, if he was used to having a certain amount and to then cut it away, yeah, it could have caused him some serious problems. Can do.
Cardini says he's not Irish, he's from Waterford. I'm Donegal. Oh, I couldn't give a fuck about your petty squabbles about who's Irish. I really do. Do you know what you get English people doing? You're not proper English. You're like, fuck off.
I saw some
Waterford, Donegal, all backward pikey areas to me. I don't understand any offset pikeys again, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that's it. They're demonetized. Never remonetized.
We're off again. Car, do you sell clothes pegs? Do driveways? No offence, it's just now that I've mentioned pikeys, I might as well get my full value for it, I suppose.
Going the whole hog.
Yeah, to be sure. Lucky Heather? Did you do any Lucky Heather? Do you have fights in car parks to settle family feuds? I don't know. That's what they do, isn't it, in Ireland? He's a welder by trade. There you go. Welder. Fucking, I'm sorry. Just because you take lead off roofs and nick old piping and wires and that, you're not a welder. Don't be giving me that. Alan Reader says, you're not English, Hayden, and misspelled my name. You're a vapor. I'm very English, I'll have you know. Tremendously English. I'm remarkably English. Far more English than you. Very English. If you cut me in half, it would say England if I wasn't full of guts and fat. True fact.
Like a stick of rock?
Yeah,
just written all the way through.
In Gurland.
You can cut you anywhere.
In Gurland.
With like a British bulldog as well. All the way through.
Well, I've had 2 bulldogs. There's a reason for that. Cardini says, worked all over the world on oil plants. Your dossier, Hayden. He spelt dossa wrong. Worked all over the world. Was. Fucking all over the world from Donegal to Cork. Fucking. I'm king of the fucking gypsies. I've got to stop now with the Irish people.
My girl nearly, man. You know, of the several points that I've ruined her life. Several data points, several things. One of them was she was looking into all that, you know, going on rigs because she's like a bump specialist. And they were gagging for people, and they were like, you know, because obviously she can't do the lifting and that, but in terms of her expertise, yeah, she would have made a fortune, but obviously she can't do it now.
No.
One of the many things I've stolen from her, including a youth.
But you've given so much back.
Of course they have. Do you know what? We had.
She gets to wake up with you every day.
I know, yeah. Yeah. I'll go do my teeth. I know it's bad in the morning, darling. But no, I'm in this terrible thing at the moment because my daughter keeps asking for a brother or a sister, and I'm like, well, and what can I do? She's 4. I'm not going to give her the ins and outs of it completely at this point. But I say, well, me and your mum need privacy, and we're going to cuddle for a damn long time. And I've told you this before. Telling her that we need to cuddle was the worst thing because in her head now, her logic, because she's a smart little bugger, she thinks, well, if I join in on the cuddling, there's an even bigger chance. So we keep waking up and she's just on top of us both on the doobie like.
Well, the crazy shit don't go away though. You know, Junior's 8 this year.
Yeah.
Just a couple of months. Jesus. And last night, I hadn't been keeping up with the news. The other night before, I got a call from Daz, and he said, "Oh, did you hear about Philip Schofield?" Because someone we know works in Fleet Street. You know, he's a freelance, but he's in with them. What he knew like a day or so before.
Yeah.
And that's why it was coming out. But I said, no, I've not been keeping up. So he told me about him. So I ran through to Mrs. Hewitt. I said, Daz is on the phone. Have you heard about this? Philip Schofield, blah, blah. And I went, what a dirty bastard. Junior was in bed, supposedly asleep. This morning he comes downstairs and he goes, Mom. So Mrs. Hewitt says, yes. Who's a dirty bastard? So, of course, she said, you have to ask your father. So I came downstairs, groggy, fast asleep. And he went, Dad? I went, yes, son. He said, who's a dirty bastard? So I just thought, well, got to be honest. I went, Philip Schofield.
I thought you were going to say me. Graham.
No. Oh, he already knows that. And then it was, who's Philip Schofield? It was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, Junior likes you. He thinks you're very funny.
Oh, I like him. I think he's an absolutely lovely lad.
He's doing his first grading at the end of this month in KMMA.
Oh, I thought you were going to say colour grading, like, you know, film, because you've had him filming.
I have, yeah. We go out. When I wanted to learn the camera, we took it out. So we took a little video camera out for Junior to film, and it's got to the point he enjoyed it so much. We're looking for an old DSLR for him.
Yeah.
So he can go take some pictures and get into it and enjoy it and things like that. Speaking, I mentioned briefly before HS2, this railway thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into it too deeply. Very boring. Just like to say, bullshit. Absolute waste of time, money, ancient woodlands, everything. Ridiculous idea. Who really needs to get to Birmingham quicker? Who has ever thought, I wish I could get to Birmingham a little bit faster? Everyone thinks I wish I could get out of Birmingham a little bit faster.
Yeah.
I've never been in a rush to get there.
It's perfectly fast. Dude, I've done jobs in London where I've just got on a train in the morning and I've got there and it's fine. In fact, I've got to London faster than it's taken me to get across Manchester before now. You know, it's fine. We just need the trains that we've got to run on time. Hey, that reminds me, actually.
Another West Coast line would have been good. It could have been done in parallel.
Yeah, well, what's this? Yeah, well, and or even the East, you know, connect that up properly.
We've only got one line, haven't we, to London? We've got one line.
But what's the deal with this bridge, man? Boris's bridge? Because I don't believe for a moment he actually wants to build a bridge between Scotland and Ireland.
He did put that out there.
But I've been trying to work out what that was a distraction from. Was it the distraction from the HS2 or the cuts? Has funding been cut to something?
I don't know. I mean, the one thing I have to say is it would clearly be the greatest feat of engineering the world has ever seen, and pointless.
Completely fuck up the shipping lanes as well. It'd be insane.
Oh, they'll be able to go underneath it. It'll be a very big bridge.
Yeah, well, what I saw though was apparently because of the oil rigs and stuff, is apparently it would create such an expense for certain people and certain things, and all the rest of it. It's like, well, why would you do it? Why would you do it?
Why
But
wouldn't
then,
you? The question you're asking the wrong question.
yeah,
Not why would you? It's why. If you were ruler of Greater England, would you not say, I'm just going to build some really big fucking bridges?
big fucking bridge. I mean, you literally can't drive down the road outside my house because
That's
of the
fine.
potholes. But
We
let's
should build a bridge
fucking
from your house to Ireland.
But this is why I was getting angry. This is why, because as I was getting angry, I got more angry thinking about the fact that this is just a distraction. It's a massive distraction just
From
to get people all
Brexit.
from everything. Yeah.
Don't worry,
it's
Ireland. I'm going to
classic.
build you a bridge to a country that's leaving the UK and going to join the EU.
Well, that was the thing. That was the other thing. People were like, "Well, we're going to be leaving, blah blah blah, blah, and Ireland's going to be unified." Under fucking Sinn Féin. Oh, piss off. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Hayden. I don't know about nothing. Oh, dude, did you see though? What's his name? Dominic. You know, not Trump. Boris's main guy.
Yeah.
And they asked him about the cabinet reshuffle, and he said that we need PJ Masks, and then sang a bit of the PJ Masks tune.
Perfect.
Do you know what PJ Masks is? It's like a
Yeah,
Disney
because it's one of the
super-
things you said Zelda was into.
Yeah, she
When I was
loved
asking
it.
what she'd like for Christmas, I think it was, wasn't it?
I've got toys of them all over the fucking place. But yeah, that was
Dominic
that was
Cummings,
another
that's
thing
right.
I woke up to. He was like singing the PJ Masks tune at journalists, and I loved it because again, you go on Twitter and everyone's going dunking on him, and you don't realize like it's just an open mockery. Like most people don't give a fuck that he said, but it's like, oh yeah, PJ Masks, okay,
Got to say, where he's concerned, we still know exactly what he is and who he is. However, I do enjoy what he's doing at the moment. I do enjoy what he's doing. You've just had a bollocking off young Alex, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, apparently take a breath. Just, dude, just set the time back a minute before, and then we can trim it afterwards. It's better if there's too much, and then because there's an editor in YouTube, so if I don't mind doing it. I can go in and I'd rather I can cut off. If it's too big at the start, we can cut it off a little bit.
Alex, don't worry. As long as you've got whatever I say in there, that's all that really fucking matters.
Yeah, just remove
not the
the
noise
concept.
from over here
And just have his smug fucking
with his high-pitched
drifting in.
fucking whining.
Well. Let me explain things to
Let
you.
me
Graham,
let me
and then
put it
fucking-
right.
Yeah.
I know in your world you think you've got it all sussed,
No, I don't actually.
But I have.
He knows nothing.
but I have everything. Anything I don't have sussed, I will speak with a level of confidence and arrogance that leads many people to believe I might actually have a clue what I'm talking about.
Most of what I've talked about tonight is me just saying, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know
That's
what's
why
happening with Corona.
that's why this show is honest. And young Alex has just said, "Don't tell me how to do my job. I'll tell you how to do yours."
Excuse me. Sorry.
Are you going to stand for that, Graham?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I
Go.
guess.
I'm just gonna take my ball and go. You can all fuck off. But you know what, man? I always thought Philip Schofield was gay. I never thought.
It's not that he's gay
revelation.
that bothers me. I mean, I don't know how it makes him stunning and brave that he's come out that he's been cheating on his wife for so long. What's stunning and brave about that? Stunning and brave would have been coming out back in the day.
Yeah.
And even that's, but there's nothing stunning about it. But somehow, because he's only been off fucking blokes and not women, it's stunning and brave. And people are still saying it, despite it turns out he's been stunning and brave with allegedly, an underage guy. But apparently that's still stunning and brave, which will make the maps and no maps on fucking Twitter very happy.
Although I'm a bit skeptical about that because you know what these people are like for spreading these kind of stories. They always do it, don't they?
Yeah,
Just
but
let that
what I
salacious-
heard about it, and there's been photos and evidence and all that. Allegedly there is a very clear path of how this progressed, how it ended, and why it's come out. And it's all to do with he left for another show because he'd had enough, probably got cut off. I don't know. But whatever it is, Schofield's been very inappropriate, and people are still staying stunning and brave. Now, if it's true, he was knocking about with someone who legally shouldn't have been doing what they were doing, it's not stunning and brave to be a nonce. It's not stunning and brave. It's bad. But, it's all alleged at the moment. It's all
It is,
alleged. Until it's not alleged anymore, then, that's why I had to put in my hashtags could well be a nonce. Although I couldn't tweet him, as was my intention, because he'd blocked me.
I saw that.
I was preemptively blocked by Philip Schofield.
Yeah, because I went to check and I'm not. I don't know. You've just taken him the wrong way. And the weird thing about him was when I looked at his account, he follows tens of thousands of people. So he's not like, I don't know. He's just you specifically.
It's just me. He's got a problem. The pedos don't like me though, so maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Oh, maybe you've been fighting with the maps and the no maps. Maybe that's what did it. Because he's often like drifting in and just having a look at what's going on with his favourite hashtags.
Hashtag map pride.
Well, you're rocking the boat. I'll have none of this. Got ready here.
Philip Schofield, that's basically, he only came out when he did because it was hitting the papers this weekend about him and that guy. It was going in. And he was given the nod. I think he's with the same PR people as Simon Cowell, it used to be with Max Clifford and all that.
He was getting ahead of it, wasn't he? And you know what? He did so spectacularly. He was so emotional and so big, and so many people like him. This much. Then I think he did it. He actually played the media very, very well, and unsurprisingly so. He's been a part of it for.
Oh yeah, he's a season. And he strangely did his apprenticeship at the BBC. And mourned the death of Jimmy Savile accordingly.
Oh, bless his little face.
Now I've got to be I'm already blocked because when I spoke to sort of typed about Terry Christian and his Jimmy Savile thing, he blocked me as well. Many people block me for some reason.
He's such a knobhead, Terry Christian. He sits there going, 3 years, no one's been able to answer this, and I'll just send him an answer, and he'll just ignore it. And then, like a week later, he's going, 3 years and a week now, no one's been able to answer this.
He's the shame of Manchester, that prick.
I know.
He acts like he's the gatekeeper of Manchester. He's just a bell end.
Himself. He is like. He really embodies what people hate about Mancunians. Like non-Mancunians. Like, I know that other non-Mancunians will hear me talk and see my mannerisms, and there's a certain kind of confidence that we have, and there's fuck you fucking manc cunt. They can't help it, and I get it, but he embodies it perfectly.
Oh yeah. He's shameful twat. Can't abide the man. Never have liked him, but smug, smarmy prick.
I don't want to end on like a knobhead Mancunian, so I'm going to slag off Sadiq Khan just before we go.
Yeah, go on, let's have a piece of that.
Well, do you remember the beach body ready poster that he had banned? Like, it was about a year ago or so now.
Oh, he's just let one through, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, apparently, like, he's just let an epic one through. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people who are, varying body types, all in their underwear, right there on the London Underground, the exact place where he banned a bikini model. Only the bikini model that he banned was white, and these ones are black. And
I did see that.
Skin. And not only has he allowed it, he himself has tweeted about it, celebrating it, talking about diversity in advertising. And it's like, well, that's not very diverse. Or just the same, they're all
I
black.
saw it defended on Twitter because people said, well, for years in these adverts, people have got POC. If you're black, I don't know if you're watching this black, does that phrase piss you off for some? I don't know.
It's astonishingly racist.
It's a strange expression. People of colour. It's like saying coloured folks.
Yeah,
you wouldn't say that.
Coloured. The woke people say people of colour. There's no difference.
But anyway, apparently people of colour had to suffer with pink items being referred to as nude for so long. This is only fair. Really, that's how we're going to do this. Really, payback.
Do you really like how many black people are really that pathetic that that's their mindset?
Do you know how many black people probably give a shit about that?
It's very few.
No,
it's not going to be a lot. Like, and here's the thing, man. When I put on a pair of underwear, I'm not crying about the fact that I'm not, the guy on the packet with the perfect defined Photoshop body, just there like that, with a full head of hair. I'm not there going, oh my God, I can't. I'm so oppressed. I don't give a flying fuck.
Fat phobia is a thing now, isn't it? You can be fat phobic. What's wrong with laughing at fat people?
I just don't like the fact that this is apparently inclusive, because it's not. I mean, dude,
No.
we've had United Colour of Benetton adverts for
Yes.
fucking years.
It's all
with every
bollocks.
kind of thing under the sun. To suddenly pretend, and here's the weird thing about woke people and this woke culture: they call it inclusive and diversity. In fact, Gad Sad calls it diversity, inclusion, and equity. Whereas growing up, we had United Colours of Benetton, we had different colours, we had different things, and I'd watch Red Dwarf, and it was just taught to me that it's normal and it's fine and just accept people and live with it. Now they're talking about inclusivity by putting all the black people together, and I'm just like, this is again segregation and racism.
But
With all the flowery language.
The reasons they wouldn't have the white billboard with the bikini model is that it was exploitation.
Yes.
But what if it's empowering? That's a headache for the woke people right there, isn't it?
Well,
what if it's empowering? What if that model thought, I want to show off my body. I've worked long and hard to achieve this body, which someone will Photoshop into absolute perfection for me.
Yeah.
I want to show it off.
I've thrown up every major meal for the last 2 years, done hot yoga every other day, gone to the gym every other day for that. Fucking look at me. I'm getting paid for being fit. I'm getting paid for being fuckable. And then Sadiq's like, this is exploitative. I mean,
Sadiq can't. It's like, fucking get over yourself. Because the worst part is, like everyone else, all these politicians, they bend over backwards to appease the woke crowd who never go out and fucking vote for them. And strangely as it turns out, there's just not that fucking many of them. But for some reason, they hold massive sway. It's like the trans lobby via Stonewall telling governments what to do.
Yeah.
How in the fuck is this normal?
And
how is any of this shit normal?
Here's the thing, in terms of liberal, in terms of left, in terms of a Labour that I could vote for, not pricks like Sadiq Khan, yeah? If Nubian Skin wants to launch this underwear brand aimed at black people, good. Go for it. Enjoy yourself. I want fucking put the posters everywhere. I don't care. I'm happy. But it's this thing of like this attitude of creating different rules for different groups. It's like, no, I want them to do that. Let them do it. And I hope they're a successful business. They create loads of jobs and make people happy and feel gorgeous and all the rest of it. But let the white model in the little yellow bikini do a thing as well.
I think the thing is, we need to show people that we're all equal opportunity and exploitative. And every time you see that on Twitter, make a comment saying Smashing Tits had a wonderful wank over this one. Let them know that we're equal opportunity and we'll smash one out over their adverts as well. And that's fine. Let them know. Let them know that tits is tits. And that's great. It's just all bollocks. I'm fucking sick to death of it. Things are going to change when it's Greater England, Graham.
Do you know what? When I saw this advert as well, I did a little Google search, and Sadiq is advertising for 2 BAME members of staff at the moment, specifically non-white, specifically ×2. Not like a non-white and a white. It's like, no. They both have to be black, or black and minority ethnic. And I'm just like, just shamelessly like, no, we need this to rebalance it and stuff. And it's like, well, I mean, it says that they're underrepresented, but I don't see any I don't see any evidence ever actually posted of this. There's different ethnicities and different genders and different groups in different jobs at different ratios. You're never going to get perfect in all jobs across all fields and everything. It doesn't exist.
I think he should hire me as his diversity executive.
I think he should get voted the fuck out, man.
That would be another good option. Just what we got to close on, actually. If you're from outside the UK, there is a failed politician called Rory Stewart. Go and look him up. He's made this thing saying, let me kip with you, where he wants to stay in houses in London overnight. He'll bring his own sleeping bag and chocolates and sleep in your house and talk to you and understand your problems. What a terrible, terrible, smarmy prick. But when you have a look at Rory, what I want you to do is think of that man coming to your house with a sleeping bag and chocolates. And think how comfortable you would be going to sleep. I'm sure he's a good man. I'm sure there's not an ounce of badness in him. However, he looks like a wrong 'un.
Do you know what? I'd love to have him down, and I'd love to have a chat with him. But my daughter would be in my bed with me that night. I'll tell you that. I'm not closing
Rory.
my eyes.
No, she wouldn't. Your missus and your daughter would be in your daughter's bed. Rory would be in bed with you.
Rory would be in bed with me. Rory, you can't know a man unless you've lay with him. Come on.
I'm going to smash your fucking back doors in, Rory.
We'll show you how we do things up north.
I'm going to fucking... Yeah. How'd you get on, mate? Smashed it, mate.
Do you know what? All that pig fucking, good practice. He was a good lad.
But imagine that. I'll come to your house with a sleeping bag and chocolates. You fucking well will not. Anyone shows up at your door with sleeping bags and chocolates, fuck them off.
I just love the assumption that I can't give the fucker a blanket. I'm not that fucking chavvy. I've got a blanket, mate. You're all right.
It's not a matter of couldn't.
Jesus Christ, bring a bottle of wine for me, you fucking sleeping
bag. It's a matter of wouldn't.
No, I'd have him over in a heartbeat. I would. I think it'd be a great night.
I hardly let anyone round my house.
No, I'd let him. I'd want to. I'd be fascinated by his perspective. I would. I'd really enjoy it.
Gives me the fucking creeps. Guys, we're kind of over. We're going to have to make a move because tomorrow morning I've got to go to my son's school assembly. He's got an on-speaking role in something Russian. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I'm going to be there taking pictures like, I should. Thank you so much for joining us. There won't be a show this Thursday because we're going to be starting setting up in the studio, getting everything ready with the new camera and all those bits and pieces. But we will stream from there. Maybe on our phones we'll figure something else so we can say hello. Maybe hook a webcam up to my laptop or something.
We will actually be filming and testing out the new camera and working out the lights and stuff. So, it might be the case that something gets filmed that gets put up the next day. I don't know. We'll have to.
We have to buy the power adapters for those light panels as well.
Oh yeah.
Ugh, that's another 60 fucking quid. Now power adapters. See what I mean? We bought all the fun stuff. Now we're buying the totally unsexy things. Apart from something I've got. I put an offer in for something that we spoke about for the filming outside. Oh really? And but he just doesn't seem to want to fucking accept my offers. Mainly because they really are completely fucking unreasonable. But surely he should. Has anyone accepted them? No one's accepted my offers. Someone's made me an offer to give them some money. But how disappointing is that?
I'm trying to stretch the money, though, aren't we? It's been a real press. But we're getting there.
We're just trying to do the most with it that we can. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. I do hope you've enjoyed Trigger Warning. Like I say, Thursday night it won't be a show, but we will stream from the studio while we're doing other bits and pieces, and we'll say hello and all those sort of things. The Thursday after, I can't think of any reason we won't be back in the studio. It will look like the same old studio for now while we're doing some other things, but we'll be back in the studio for a good old-fashioned full-fat Trigger Warning a week on Thursday at the very worst. But we will stream something on Thursday, so thanks for being with us. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Do come and follow us on Twitter. It's @TriggeredTV, or you can follow Graham @Graham Booth, or you can follow me @Hayden Hewitt. It's just down there. Give us a follow. I shitpost regularly on my Twitter. That's all I do. So do come along and join. I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. I've overcome that urge. Don't look at the light. Don't look at the light.
Alex, stop censoring Happy Dog. I'm getting all the heat off that now. Hey? Calm your trigger finger.
Censor the shit out of him, Alex.
I'm going to...
Terrible, that. Terrible. Gonna have to dock your pay for that. Message deleted by Trigger Warning. View deleted message. Oh, that's not like Alex. Oh, it's all going off. Please don't censor people on the YouTube chat.
Well, no, they've got strong bots now, innit? Happy Dog's just been...
Oh, do you remember when that happened, like, in one of our chats? Multiple times in a few minutes. YouTube went in and just fucking blocked everything.
Yeah. Well, I suspect that maybe they've got rid of that because the way the wording of the thing was quite bad, and either Happy Dog's been a knob or they've changed the wording now, so it makes it look like we've done it. I mean, I
Or
didn't do
Alex
that
is
one.
just fucking with him. Anyway, guys, we've got to go. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I do miss it when we don't get to do this.
I know. I miss Thursdays, man. I'm getting cabin fever.
Throw us a follow, subscribe, go to the website triggerwarning.tv, sign up there. That's well, I've got 3 sites ahead of me to do, but Trigger Warning's going to be getting addressed after that. Join up. If you want to support the cause, please feel free to do so. You can go to the GoFundMe or the Patreon, anything like that. It's just under there. Everything gets spent on the show. So, yeah, guys, until next time, have a, yeah, and make it, bye-bye. Oh, drone take, dude, you just missed it. Never mind. Next time.